Hey, dear Tyler, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you are good. I hope you're fine. It's been a month away, and yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a month. I think the last episode that I shared. I'm just trying to check once again, but it's been such a long time. Last episode was shared April 10th, and today is May 17th. Wow. So that's like extra, like a month and a week, 5 weeks. But how are you doing? I hope you're fine. I hope you're good. Trust everything is going well with you. And like I said, it's nice to be back. And this is me, just basically taking a step again to like restart. So much has happened. So much has happened within the past few months. I think the whole year itself, and just checking the whole schedule. Sometime just realized, I think my most active moments were January. I think I was able to keep up to a lot of things in January, but then February was 4 episodes. March was just an episode. April was just an episode. And I think I started noticing the decline around that February period. Things just kind of like got a little bit too much for me to handle. I experienced loss over loss from different aspects of my life. My family, lost a brother, lost a family member. And then also in that same vein, I lost 2 friends to breast cancer. I had fallout with friends. I had work issues. I had financial issues. I had God issues, where things were not just, tallying up, and there was just this there was this great divide that just came out. And I really couldn't find my way to do a lot of things. So there were times where I picked up, my phone, and I was like, okay, I'm going to record Dear Tyla, and, just say something. But then the words couldn't come out. And, I've always said to us that I am very, very keen on being real. And I don't just want Dear Tyla episodes to be forced, in as much as they should be consistent. I don't want it to be forced. I don't want it to be like, Binga just released an episode, you have to. Everybody's waiting for it, and then you just force out a topic that you don't necessarily connect with at that time, or you're not just being real about. So I tried many times, I started some episodes, I just deleted them because the words were not just coming out and flowing. It's been tough, really, really tough. There were some days that I just wanted the world to end. But I'm grateful to God, because within this period, God has really, really brought a lot of people into my life that have been of great help. There's somebody, there's somebody, let me just call the person Crest. The person hears, the person knows. The person challenged me a lot and, reached out to me, just checked up on me, tried to encourage me, like a lot of people benefit from Dear Tyla, yes. And so it would be really nice if you, just come out of whatever you're going through and show up for us. And then some other people, reached out, messages, even as early as, I think, Wednesday. Somebody reached out and, said that they've been listening to Dear Tyla. And, if it's from an honest point of view, the challenge is sometimes it's really difficult to know the impact of what Dear Tyla does, right? It's basically like a hidden podcast, hidden in the sense that you don't necessarily get to interact with the listeners a lot. So how Spotify, works it out, it's not something that, you could see who listens, and you just see the numbers. The numbers are good, but then it also gives it's very hard to know how much is being done because you cannot attach the influence to a particular set of people. Do you understand? But I really got so encouraged because people reached out and told me, okay, this is what Dear Tyla is doing. And I got to feel a little bit bad because I felt like I wasn't there for people when they needed me. And, that's the hero syndrome I've been talking about if you listen to some of the episodes where I just feel like I need to show up at every time. But I'm grateful because within this period, I got to also care about myself as an individual. I got to speak to people. I got to talk to people, just attend to my own mental well-being, spiritual well-being, psychological well-being, emotional well-being. And I just see how God has been so intentional with me. God has brought such great friends. My guy, right? God has brought such great friends, people that have looked out for me, encouraged me, motivated me, rebuked me, told me that you really need to wake up and, you can't allow these things in life to consistently, pull you down. You can't give these moments a schedule in your life, right? You can't give them a place and say, okay, this is your own portion in my life. I'm going to give you a slot in my life to always pop up, right? You have to create a way of, just overcoming these things. And, scripture, says that Jesus himself said that you're not going to be without trouble. Paraphrasing, that tribulations will come, challenges are going to come, but be at peace because I've overcome the world, right? So he clearly states that as long as you're in this world, in this realm of humanity, you are going to experience a lot of things that would want to have a hold on your person, would want to have a hold on your mind and change your perception about a lot of things. But what I need you to do is to focus on the peace that I bring. And, I've always been a loner. I've always loved doing things on my own. Or I developed that habit for various reasons. If you've listened to a lot of the other episodes of the podcast, you'll get to know. So I've always learned to do things on my own, solve things on my own. Opening up and letting people know, okay, these are the issues that I'm going through. It's been pretty difficult for me. It's been pretty difficult. So I had to learn to open up to people, right? So, I always encourage us, find someone to talk to, find someone to this, find someone to that. Knowing that it's fully right, but I understand the difficulty in it too. So, but I spoke, I found people that I could open up to. Okay, this is what I'm going through emotionally. These are the struggles that I have. I found the benefit of accountability, where there are people that know what I'm doing, there are people that know where I am, and God has been faithful because He's brought the right people. It's really, really difficult, or it can be really bad rather, when you end up opening up to someone that would scar you more, opening up to the wrong people. So God brought the right people. I've opened up about, my emotional state, where I am as a person, and the things that I'm struggling with, and the things that I want to change, the things that I want to have in my life. And, God has brought somebody, that I can talk to, share things with. I've spoken about my financial situations, where I am as a person, with some other people, and they've brought in their insight, they've brought in their help, they've done all that they could. Like yesterday was really overwhelming, but I'll leave that for another episode. But then knowing that, some few days ago, I really felt like, okay, I was missing out on a lot of things. Like, people kept on sharing certain testimonies around my circle, and it looked like I was missing out. Like, okay, God, you're doing this for these people, like, aren't you doing it for me? The evidence, right, for God's faithfulness was too glaring. It's not something that I could even deny. These were not cooked up stories. They were not, just fables or lies. These are real life situations that you see and people are testifying and being grateful for. And somehow within my mind, I felt like, I was missing out of a lot of things, and things were not happening for me or happening to me. And God has used these people to let me see that He's been working in my life and doing so many amazing things. It's just that they were not the things that I particularly wanted, right? So there's a way that you can covet an individual's testimony, and it could be one of the reasons why you don't see the faithfulness of God. So because God is doing a particular thing in an individual's life, and it's something that you desire, if you're not careful, it can literally block you from the things that God is doing in your life and through your life. And so God has used these people to help me see what He's been doing, that miracles have been happening. But I've not looked at it from the perspective of it being a miracle. They've just been, I fell into the trap of normalizing the goodness of God in my life. And I think it happens to a lot of us. It can happen a lot of times. And, just being around these people just helped. And after my hangout yesterday, I literally told myself that I'm going to release an episode and I'm just going to speak. Now, this episode, I said I'd already done like the design, the Canva design and everything. I think as early as Sunday or Saturday. But then the words couldn't just come. But like I said, having time out with these people, and, just sharing with my friends, I told myself that I'm going to wake up this morning, I'm going to just give an episode and then, just pour out my heart and share my heart. And let you know that, maybe let you know and also let me know as an individual that the person behind this podcast doesn't have it all figured out. And it's okay. I don't have it all figured out. Sometimes I feel a little bit guilty for sharing some of these things because I know the truth, but then there are also things that I personally struggle with. Now, am I not going to share the truth because it's not my experience? That's not, it's very pointless if I do that. I have to be able to share the truth and also trust God that I'd be able to carry the evidence of it, right? I'm not going to keep silent because it's not working in my life yet, right? Or because I've not handled it I'm not doing anybody a favor. The one that called me to do this knows that I am also learning and I'm also growing, right? So I'm not going to water down the truth or, just keep silent about it because things are not also figured out in my life. I would, have to also work on the principles that I also share because they're truth and they help. And there are people that have worked it out and it has helped them. And I've also experienced the help of these things before, right? So, sometimes you just have to go back to the foundations, do those little things that you were doing before. But I just told myself that I was just going to, share and speak and then get the ball rolling again. But like I said, that I'm letting myself know and letting my listeners know that the person behind this podcast doesn't have it figured out at all. And I'm going to be learning. I'm going to be growing. It's a privilege that I get to share my vulnerability with you. I'm going to be learning. I'm going to be growing. I'm going to be getting better. I'm going to be pushing myself. And we'll be doing it together, right? I think I would also use Dear Tyla as my own form of accountability. It's my own accountability platform. A lot of you have been very, very open and vulnerable with me, sharing your stories, sharing your struggles and the things that you're going through. And I think that I should be able to accord you that same level of access to a point, right? And be as accountable to you as you are to me. So this is just my heart speaking. I went through a lot. Pretty devastating circumstances. But we pick up, right? We rise again. Scripture says that a righteous man may fall 7 times, but he will surely rise again. If it comes to Dear Tyla, I think I've fallen more than 7 times. But the point is not the falling, the point is the rise. And we'll rise again, and we're going to be better. I think my joy is that I now have people that I don't have to be afraid to talk to. I'm not under any compulsion to impress them. And they genuinely love me and believe in me, which is just, no strings attached. It's just a sincere care. And I can tell you, Tyla, it is amazing to have such people. Apostle preached a message last week, Season of Abundance. And, he made mention of the fact that real favor, real abundance comes from 2 sources, God and then men. That God gives you the spirit of wisdom and the spirit of favor. And that spirit of wisdom and favor connects you to men. And those men will give you the resources and the influence that you need. I've always struggled with the message of the gift of men because men let me down. People let me down. I didn't always have people around me to be of support. So I just felt like, me and God were enough. We're the greatest team in the world, and which is in itself not a lie. But realizing that this is a world of men, that the purposes of God are still fulfilled through the lives of men, I have to honor that fact. And I struggled with it for a very long time. Right? So whenever he preached that message, there was this slight restraint, right? I'd already put up a wall against it. And I said, I'm not going to listen to it. Like, you don't know what men have done to me. But my openness to receiving that message of the gift of men and understanding their place, not idolizing them or thinking that they're my source or thinking that they are the reason why things happen in my life. No, God still remains the source, the provider, and my sustainer, right? But He's going to get those things to me through men. And understanding the vital role that they play in my life helps me appreciate them more. And I realize that God has wanted to bless me so many times through men, but because of my hard-heartedness to that particular thing and because of my experience, I just stayed off it and all. So I'm grateful for the gift of men, and I'm seeing the value of it now. And I really do hope that you'll be able to trust God to bring the right people into your life that you can open up to and be absolutely open to. I really, really trust God that would, help, that He would come to that, you'd allow Him help you to that extent, right? And it's okay. Maybe I'll just round up with this, Tyler. But it's okay to be. It's okay to have these struggles and to have these issues. There's nothing wrong with you. It's really, really okay. And you'll be fine, Tyler. I promise you, you'll be fine. You'll get through it. There's absolutely nothing that you cannot overcome. You'll get through it. So if you're going through anything right now that you're struggling with, you're battling with, it's fine, Tyler. You're going to be okay, right? Believe me, Tyler, you're going to be absolutely okay. God will come through for you, and you will experience the goodness of God in such a great way. Just don't give up. Hold on to God. Hold on to faith. Believe God completely, and He'll pull you through. Right? There's this song I wrote years ago, but I can't remember. Alright, so it said, keep holding on to truth. God's not giving up on you. You're going to see better days. They're going to be brighter days. Just do what God said do. He'll do what He said He would. They're going to be better days. They're going to be brighter days. And I think that's an encouragement. I'll say it again, Tyler. Keep holding on to truth. God's not giving up on you. You're going to see better days. You're going to see brighter days. Just do what God said do. He will do what He said He would. You're going to see better days. You're going to see brighter days. So it's nice to be back, and we're going to flow on from here. Forgive me, I'm just being very calm about this particular episode, but I really do hope that it blessed you. And this is me saying thank you to everyone that has been of help to me, reached out and supported me and encouraged me throughout this whole period. Thank you so much. God bless you. And to you, Tyler, and everyone that's listening, remember that I love you, I believe in you, and I'm always rooting for you. Do have an awesome day, and see you soon. Bye.